as guidance farm, the farm of the future filled with love.
Today we will be discussing about tomatoes farming. Before we do so, please don't forget to pray for Ukrainians fighting for the freedom of their country. Please, if you have the means to support them, please do so. Thanks and Godspeed. Before watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.
Tomato is one of the most important cooking ingredient in the world. 90% of our food is never complete without tomato. We use it in cooking stews, soups, salads, portage, and virtually every food imaginable in the land. It goes with everything. So good that none of our traditional foods ever rejected tomato. This report explains how to start lucrative tomato farming. Benefits of tomato farming. Health. This wonderful fruit berry is an excellent source of good amount of vitamin C and beta-carotene. Tomatoes' deep redness mean it's a very good source of antioxidant agents. It's a powerful source of vitamin E and enhance the health and sharpness of the eyes. You can never go wrong with tomatoes as far as nutrition and health is concerned. Profit. The market is always there for tomatoes in the world. Why not? A product that is consumed by close to 200 million people, no amount you produce that will ever going to be enough. What exactly are Nigerians doing that a whooping amount of N11.7 billion has to go to other countries' economy for a product that does very well in almost every Nigerian soil? This is a question we need to ask ourselves as we prepare for this year's farming season. If you have 3 million naira and you invest it in tomato farming this season, you will double that investment within 9 months. How to grow tomatoes? Tomato farming is very simple. Anyone can do it in any capacity, either in the backyard or in commercial quantity. Growing tomato is much more rewarding than you could ever imagine. Tomato can be grown round the year, especially in places where there is irrigation system specifically made for it. In some places, it is best cultivated during the rainy season. Step 1. Pick up the best species. The improved yield species is the best choice for farmers. You can pick the local species because it is best adapted to the climate and resistant to diseases present in the environment, or you can cross-breed the local species with a foreign breed suitable to your need. But in this case, I will recommend the Roma variety. The Roma tomato, known for its size and redness, is a plum tomato very popular in the world markets. This species can be used both for canning and producing tomato paste. It is also commonly found in supermarkets in some countries like the United States. Roma tomatoes are also known as Italian tomatoes. It is also called Italian plum tomatoes. What makes Roma species very unique is its long shelf life, its hard back, and low water content, which enables it to last longer after harvest. A paint rubber of the seed cost about 4,500 naira. Step 2. Prepare the nursery. This can be done around March-April when the rain is just beginning in most parts of the country. You can use your backyard for the nursery or any other piece of land that is suitable for it. Tomatoes does very well in most soil types in Nigeria, but better in a black loose loamy soil. Prepare the ground by clearing the grasses and rubble. Loosen the soil with hand trowel and hose. Remove the seeds from the tomatoes and spread it on the prepared soil. You can cover it with dry grasses to prevent the loss of moisture from the soil and prevent birds, ants, fowls from eating off the tomato farming seeds. Within 5 to 7 days you will see it germinating. Wait till about another 5 days before you remove the dry grasses to allow for proper growth. Leave it for another 1 month before transplanting. Step 3. Transplant to the garden farm. The final journey will be moving it into the permanent farm where they would grow to maturity and production. If your farm is too big that you can't do the transplanting alone, hire laborers according to your need. You need to be careful with the tender plant to avoid breaking it. Transplant is best done with hands for better results. Open the soil with piece of small wood, insert the seedling into the hole and cover it with loose soil. Tomato plant is very tender and fragile. It is best transplanted the same day you uprooted it from the nursery to avoid dehydration and fatigue. Step 4. Weed and apply fertilizer. After 2 months from transplant, it will be time for weeding. Hire laborers to do the weeding while you supervise to ensure that your tomato plants are not damaged during the process of removing weeds. After the first weed, it will be time to apply fertilizer to help replenish the soil nutrients taken by the weeds. To grow successfully, tomatoes need nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, potash, calcium, and magnesium, along with other trace minerals. It's always best to have your soil tested to check for nutrient levels and pH level. Use fertilizer that supply those vital nutrients. NPK ratio fertilizer can be very good for tomatoes. Step 5. Harvest your tomatoes. Tomato is harvested in matches. The moment you starts harvesting, you'll continue on weekly basis till the end of the season. Usually it will keep producing till the dry season when the plant will die off due to the scorching heat. The first harvest starts within 3 months after planting. That means if you plan by April, you should be expecting your first harvest to start by June, July. From then, it will continue till November, December. Step 6. Market your tomatoes. It is important to prepare your marketing well ahead of harvesting. Look for who or where to supply the product. This is because, tomato is a perishable product unless you have built storage system. Virtually nothing is produced in the southwest, southeast and south-south when it comes to tomato. Nigeria alone has over 206 million people consuming tomatoes almost on daily basis. So, you can see the potential in the farming business. There is need for smart entrepreneurs to see the opportunity for big business and big money in this sector. We have gotten to the point where we need young savvy entrepreneurs to break into this sector and start producing and delivering quality, hygienic tomatoes at very affordable price. The mass market remains the key to success in agribusiness, and I would rather sell 1 kilogram a day for $4.30 each than sell just 100 kilograms a day for $500. The money is in the mass market and we need to start seeing it that way and working that way. Produce more, sell less amount, and make more money. If you start preparation now for this venture, you will harvest cash all season. Stakes, cages and trellises. Staking, caging or trellising tomatoes supports the plants and helps to keep fruit off of the ground as well as increasing air circulation around the foliage, which helps to prevent disease. The type of support system used depends on the type of tomatoes being grown. Determinate tomatoes have short or medium length vines and stop growing once fruit develops on the terminal branches. Determinates can be staked or caged but do not adapt to trellises. The position of the fruit means that little heavy pruning is required. In contrast, indeterminate tomatoes grow indefinitely and require a support system to prevent them trailing along the ground. The amount of pruning required depends on the support system being utilized. Vines require only light pruning when caged, moderate pruning when staked, and heavy pruning when using a trellis. Bacterium. Disease emergence favors cool, moist weather. Management. Do not plant in same area in successive years. Use only high-quality, disease-free seed and transplants. Protective sprays of copper can help to reduce incidence of the disease. Bacterial spot. Xanthomonas campestris pv. Vesicatoria Xanthomonas uvesicatoria Xanthomonas perforans equals Xanthomonas axonopodis sin. Campestris pv. Vesicatoria Xanthomonas vesicatoria Xanthomonas gardneri. Symptoms. Bacterial spot lesions starts out as small water-soaked spots. Lesions become more numerous and coalesce to form necrotic areas on the leaves, giving them a blighted appearance. If leaves drop from the plant, severe defoliation can occur, leaving the fruit susceptible to sunscald. Mature spots have a greasy appearance and may appear transparent when held up to light. Centers of lesions dry up and fall out of the leaf. Blighted leaves often remain attached to the plant and give it a blighted appearance. Fruit infections start as a slightly raised blister. Lesions may have a faint halo which eventually disappears. Lesions on fruit may have a raised margin and sunken center which gives the fruit a scabby appearance. Causes. Bacterium. Bacteria survive on crop debris. Disease emergence favored by warm temperatures and wet weather. Symptoms are very similar to other tomato diseases, but only bacterial spot will cause a cut leaf to ooze bacterial exudate. The disease is spread by infected seed, wind-driven rain, diseased transplants, or infested soil. Bacteria enter the plant through any natural openings on the leaves or any openings caused by injury to the leaves. Management. Use only certified seed and healthy transplants. Remove all crop debris from planting area. Do not use sprinkler irrigation, instead water from base of plant. Rotate crops. Bacterial wilt Ralstonia solanacearum. Symptoms. Initial symptoms of the disease is the wilting of a few of the youngest leaves. The disease progresses rapidly in hot weather and the entire plant wilts suddenly and dies. In cooler conditions, wilting is less rapid and plant may produce roots on the stems. Vascular tissue shows a brown discoloration and decaying roots. Stems cut under water will ooze bacterial exudate and will confirm the symptoms are not caused by Fusarium wilt. Causes. Bacterium. Bacterial wilt can cause complete destruction of the crop under conditions suitable for the spread of the soil-borne bacterium. Disease causes serious losses in tomatoes grown in tropical and subtropical regions. Management. Cultural practices may help to reduce incidence of the disease. Rotate tomato with other, non-susceptible crops. Avoid overwatering plants. Category. Other blossom end rot symptoms. Blossom end rot is caused by a low concentration of calcium in the tomato fruit. Symptoms initially appear as light tan, water-soaked areas which can then enlarge and turn black and leathery in appearance. Symptoms are most often seen at the blossom end of the fruit, but may also occur on the side of the fruit. Blossom end rot may also occur internally with no visible symptoms on outside of fruit. Causes. Physiological disorder. Low calcium may result from competition from other ions in soil, e.g. potassium, can also be caused by drought stress, fluctuations in soil moisture or application of excessive amounts of nitrogen fertilizer which promotes rapid vegetative growth. Calcium cannot be translocated from the leaves to the fruit. Foliar applications of Ca materials have not proven to reduce BER, since very little Ca is taken up by the fruit. In greenhouse production, not cycling the irrigation system at night can increase BER, since night is an important period of Ca uptake. Management. Maintain soil pH at 6.5, lime soil to increase the concentration of calcium in soil and decrease competition with other ions. Use mulch to reduce drought stress. Avoid ammonium fertilizers as they may increase competition with calcium by increasing ammonium ions in soil. Use nitrate instead. Avoid over-fertilizing. Category. Virus tomato mosaic virus (TOMV). Symptoms. Symptoms can occur at any growth stage and any part of the plant can be affected. Infected leaves generally exhibit a dark green mottling or mosaic. Some strains of the virus can cause yellow mottling on the leaves. Young leaves may be stunted or distorted. Severely infected leaves may have raised green areas. Fruit yields are reduced in infected plants. Green fruit may have yellow blotches or necrotic spots. Dark necrotic streaks may appear on the stems, petioles, leaves and fruit. Cause virus. TOMV is a closely related strain of tobacco mosaic virus (TMV). It enters fields via infected weeds, peppers or potato plants. The virus may also be transmitted to tomato fields by grasshoppers, small mammals and birds. Management. Plant varieties that are resistant to the virus. Heat treating seeds at 70 degrees Celsius (158 degrees Fahrenheit) for 4 days or at 82-85 degrees Celsius (179.6-185 degrees Fahrenheit) for 24 hours will help to eliminate any virus particles on the surface of the seeds. Soaking seed for 15 minutes in 100 grams L of trisodium phosphate solution (TSP) can also eliminate virus particles. Seeds should be rinsed thoroughly and laid out to dry after this treatment. If the virus is confirmed in the field, infected plants should be removed and destroyed to limit further spread. Plant tomato on a 2-year rotation, avoiding susceptible crops such as peppers, eggplant, cucurbits and tobacco. Disinfect all equipment when moving from infected areas of the field. Pests category. Insects: aphids, peach aphid, potato aphid. Mysis persicae macrosiphon euphorbiae. Symptoms. Small soft-bodied insects on underside of leaves and or stems of plant, usually green or yellow in color, but may be pink, brown, red or black depending on species and host plant. If aphid infestation is heavy, it may cause leaves to yellow and or be distorted. Necrotic spots on leaves and or stunted shoots. Aphids secrete a sticky, sugary substance called honeydew which encourages the growth of sooty mold on the plants. Causes. Insect. Distinguishing features of aphids include the presence of cornicles, tubular structures, which project backwards from the insect's body. Aphids will generally not move very quickly when disturbed. Aphids may also transmit plant viruses to the plant when they feed. Management. If aphid population is limited to just a few leaves or shoots, then the infestation can be pruned out to provide control. Check transplants for aphids before planting. Use tolerant varieties if available. Reflective mulches such as silver-colored plastic can deter aphids from feeding on plants. Sturdy plants can be sprayed with a strong jet of water to knock aphids from leaves. Insecticides are generally only required to treat aphids if the infestation is very high. Plants generally tolerate low and medium-level infestation. Insecticidal soaps or oils such as neem or canola oil are usually the best method of control. Always check the labels of the products for specific usage guidelines prior to use. Beet armyworm Spodoptera exigua symptoms. Singular, or closely grouped circular to irregularly shaped holes in foliage. Heavy feeding by young larvae leads to skeletonized leaves. Shallow, dry wounds on fruit. Egg clusters of 50 to 150 eggs may be present on the leaves. Egg clusters are covered in a whitish scale which gives the cluster a cottony or fuzzy appearance. Young larvae are pale green to yellow in color while older larvae are generally darker green with a dark and light line running along the side of their body. And a pink or yellow underside. Causes. Insect. Insect can go through 3 to 5 generations a year. Management. Organic methods of controlling the beet armyworm include biological control by natural enemies which parasitize the larva and the application of Bacillus thuringiensis. There are chemicals available for commercial control but many that are available for the home garden do not provide adequate control of the larva.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Contact us on our Patreon page at www.patreon.com/asgardians. Thanks and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.